Step 1. A golden childhood. This is you, and this is your family, or the dynasty. What do you prefer to call? You don't remember the first time you rode in a car with a driver. You don't remember because it was the day you were born. A black sedan picked your mother up from the hospital, not your father's car, the family car. One of 7. There was already a nursery waiting for you in the Connecticut estate, another one in the Manhattan apartment, and a third being prepared in the house on Lake Como that your great-grandmother bought in 1963. You grow up in a world where every adult wears a uniform. Maria irons your shirts. She's been with the family since before you were born. Gerald drives you to school. He drove your father to school. The chef, you don't call her by her first name until you're 14, makes your breakfast at 6:45 every morning. You think this is normal. You think every kid has an east wing they're not allowed to run in, a garden maintained by 3 people, and a Christmas that happens in a different country each year. You're 5. You don't know the word wealth. You just know that your house has a name. The first rule is taught without words. Nobody in your family talks about money, ever. Your mother doesn't say, "We're rich." Your father doesn't say, "This costs a lot." When you ask how much something costs at the store, your mother gives you a look that could freeze the Atlantic. You learn. You never ask again. In old money, the price tag is the most vulgar thing in the room. You don't learn the second rule until later. The money isn't yours. Step 2. A curated adolescence. Your world starts to crack when you're 13. Your parents send you to a boarding school in New England. Tuition, $85,000 a year. That's more than most American households earn. Your room is in a building named after a family you'll have dinner with at Thanksgiving. Here you meet 2 species. The first are kids like you. Quiet cars, broken-in clothes, last names on buildings and hospital wings. They don't talk about what they have. They don't need to. The second species is new money. You spot them on the first day. The logos, the sneakers that cost $1,200 and scream it from across the hall. A kid whose father sold a software company for $400 million pulls up in a Lamborghini SUV. You and your old money friends exchange a glance. That glance is the entire curriculum. Old money whispers, new money shouts. Your wardrobe becomes a code, no visible brands. Your sweater is cashmere, but there's nothing on it that tells you so. Your shoes cost $800, but they look like your grandfather's. Your watch, if you wear one, is thin, quiet, inherited. The uniform of wealth is the absence of performance. A Volvo in the driveway, not a Ferrari. You learn the social map, the yacht club, the country club, where your great-uncle was a founding member, the philanthropy galas, where your mother's table is always table 2, never table 1, because table 1 is the host family, and the host family rotates among the same 8 families every year. The only entry fee is a last name and 3 generations of proof. On Friday nights, the new money kids throw parties in hotel suites. Loud music, strangers, chaos. Something in you wants to go. Badly. You can feel it in your chest, a pull towards something messy and alive. But you can't say it. Not to your parents, not to your friends, not even to yourself. Because wanting that would mean you're like them, and in your world, that's the worst thing you can be. So you stay in. You attend another dinner with another family you've known since birth. You laugh at jokes that aren't funny. You sit at a table with 12 people and feel completely alone. You have everything a teenager could want: the car, the clothes, the trips, except a single person who knows the real you. You start to realize that loneliness doesn't come from having nothing. It comes from having everything and no one to share it with honestly. And for the first time, a question appears in the back of your mind. A quiet one. One you won't say out loud for another decade. Do my friends actually like me? Or do they like what I come with? Step 3. Your borrowed university. That question follows you to university, Ivy League. Not because your SAT score earned it, though it might have, but because your grandfather donated a library. Your admissions letter was written before you were born. The development office knows your family by first name. They don't call it a bribe. They call it legacy consideration, a polite phrase for a paved road. College is the first time you sit next to people who got here on merit alone. A kid from a public school in Ohio who scored in the 99th percentile. A girl from Seoul who published a research paper at 17. They earned every inch of this, and you? Your tutor was $300 an hour. Your essay coach was a former admissions officer. You had every advantage a family could engineer, and you still don't know if you deserve to be here. The guilt starts here. It's a low hum you can't turn off. You can't talk about it because it would be absurd. You have everything: a trust fund, properties you haven't visited, a network that could get you a job with one phone call. Complaining about this would be like complaining about oxygen. So you don't. You go to therapy. Everyone in your circle goes to therapy. Nobody talks about why. Then something shifts. You meet girls outside the circle. Smart, sharp, ambitious. Women who built themselves from nothing. One of them makes you laugh in a way no one at the galas ever has. You start spending time with her. Dinners in the village, late walks. For the first time, something feels real. Your mother calls. She doesn't say stop seeing her. She says, "The Whitfield daughter is lovely, isn't she? I told her mother you'd be at the benefit on Saturday." The message is clear. It always is, without ever being spoken. You go to the benefit. You sit next to the Whitfield daughter. She's beautiful, polished, safe. She understands the rules because she grew up with the same ones. Within a year, you're together. Not because you chose her, because she was chosen for you. And the girl who made you laugh? You stopped calling. She texted once. "Did I do something wrong?" You never replied. You tell yourself it was timing, but you know it was bloodline. And some nights, lying next to the right woman, you think about the wrong one. You don't travel during breaks. You go to your properties. Spring break is Como. Summer is Nantucket. Christmas rotates between Provence and London. You don't explore new places. You rotate through inherited ones. Step 4. Scripted adulthood. You graduate. There's no job hunt. There's a meeting. Your father, your uncle, and 2 attorneys sit across from you at the family office. A quiet suite on the 40th floor of a building the family has a stake in. They don't walk you through your career. They walk you through your inheritance. The family's wealth is held across 14 trusts, 3 foundations, 2 holding companies, and a limited partnership registered in Delaware. Your role is to sit on the board of the foundation. Quarterly meetings, grant proposals, documents prepared by attorneys who bill at $1,500 an hour. Your salary is a distribution from a trust. $250,000 a year. You didn't negotiate it. You can't. The terms were set by your grandfather in 1987. You fly private, but the jet belongs to the family. You live in the brownstone, but the deed is in the trust's name. You are, in every functional sense, a tenant in your own life, and it gnaws at you. Every morning you wake up in a house that isn't yours, drive a car that isn't yours, to a job you didn't choose. The comfort is absolute. The emptiness is louder. You get married. The wedding is beautiful. But before the vows came the prenuptial agreement. 47 pages. Your grandmother's pearl necklace is mentioned on page 31. Love brought you to the altar. The lawyers brought you to the table. In old money, even romance has a term sheet. You attend the galas. You sit on the charity boards. You shake hands with senators who know your father's name. You write checks. But the check comes from the foundation, not from you. Even your generosity is managed. You smile at every event and feel absolutely nothing. You pour a scotch at 2 a.m. and wonder if your father felt this too. If he ever stared at the same ceiling in the same brownstone and asked the same question, "Is this it?" You'll never ask him. In this family, doubt is another thing you keep to yourself. Step 5. A caged midlife. Something breaks at 41. You walk into a board meeting with a proposal. Pivot the family's real estate holdings into renewable energy. You've spent months on it. Consultants, projections, market analysis. You believe in this. For the first time in your life, You believe in something that came from you. Your uncle listens. Your father stares at the table. The trustee, a man you've met 3 times, clears his throat. The trust mandate is capital preservation. We'll take it under advisement. They vote 3 against. You have no vote. The proposal dies in 11 minutes. You walk out of that room and something inside you goes quiet, not calm, empty. The one thing you built with your own hands, the one idea that was yours, got killed by men who never read past page 3. That night you sit in the brownstone and stare at the ceiling. The money was never yours. The houses are not yours. The art on the walls, a Rothko your grandmother bought in 1971, is not yours. You have a credit card linked to the trust. You have a quarterly distribution. You have the family name on your driver's license. But ownership, control, that belongs to a legal structure designed by a man who died before you learned to drive. Your grandfather didn't build this system to protect the money from the world. He built it to protect the money from you. Every trust, every clause, every board seat, engineered across 3 generations so no single heir could touch the principal. You can live like a king. You just can't sell the kingdom. This is the trap of old money. It's not a bank account. It's an institution. And you are not the owner. You are the current occupant. Step 6. The wasted legacy. Some heirs accept this. They attend the meetings. They raise children who will inherit the same golden cage. You don't. You launch a startup, a media company, your vision, your pitch, your name on the deck. The family agrees to fund the seed round, but places your uncle's associate on the board, a financial advisor, a babysitter. Within 8 months, every decision you make gets questioned, delayed, overruled. The company hemorrhages talent. The product never launches. The board pulls funding and files a post-mortem that reads like an autopsy of your competence. So you go rogue. A crypto fund with a college friend, a real estate play in Miami. $200,000 on a members-only club because the people there get it. You wire money from accounts the family attorneys didn't lock down fast enough. You lose $16.3 million in 14 months. The quarterly distribution gets frozen. This continues for another 4 years. $95.3 million. You tell yourself you're trying to do the right thing, and your family starts hiding you from the world. The properties start going. The ranch in Montana, sold to cover a debt the family didn't authorize. The flat in London, surrendered in a settlement. Gerald, your driver since you were 6, is let go. Budget restructuring, they call it. He calls to say goodbye. You don't pick up. The galas stop inviting you. The club sends a polite letter about membership review. Your last name, once a skeleton key to every room in the city, becomes a headline. Dynasty heir burns through family fortune. Your grandmother would have died of shame. Your grandfather would have pointed to the trust documents and said, "This is exactly why I built it this way." 3 generations to build, 1 to burn. Your great-grandfather started with a textile mill and a handshake. Your grandfather turned it into an empire and locked it behind a wall of lawyers. Your father maintained it with discipline and silence. And you wanted to feel like it was yours. Just once. You wanted to make one decision that wasn't approved by a board, reviewed by an attorney, and filed in a trust document. You wanted freedom. And freedom is the one thing the money was designed to never give you. How does it feel to have lived every chapter? The view from inside the dynasty isn't what you expected, is it? I've got more stories like this one coming. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. See you in the next one.